Hey, let me put this quiet this down some. If you're interrupting me, sorry. So, what's going on? What's going on? How is everybody doing on tonight? I just wanted to come on really briefly just to give a quick update that according to the National Police Director Jorge Miranda, um, the carbonation members, 17 members and two babies, have been detained in Panama as of today via um, the Panama Metro News. I'm gonna see if I could. I'm gonna hear. Trying to figure out how I can pin this so you guys can be able to go back and here I'm just gonna put it in comments. Catch this. So that is the actual article. Um, again, if you're new to, please make sure you like and say hello. But the carbonation members, including Eligio Bishop and all of they said they have detained 17 members, including two babies. Now, as you all know, um, Tori, aka Joy, left carbonation on yesterday, but before she was when she was first attempting to leave, they were trying to deny her um, to leave. They were trying to talk her out of leaving, and she was insistent upon leaving. And so this time, because she knew what to expect when she got ready to go, this time she decided that she was going to record everything. So not only did she record, but she also has video coverage, but she has audio and video coverage of her conversations, which included Nubian admitting to sexually assaulting her, even though she said no, and she told him not to touch her. He forced her to have sexual intercourse with him, and he admitted that on audio. Also, you can hear and you can also see Eligio meeting with the cult, telling them, giving them strict instructions on what to do with regards to whether or not she should be allowed to leave or how to go about trying to talk her out of leaving. He also instructed Nubian not to sign the consent for Tori to take baby Nubia back to the States. Um, he he withheld her finances from her. As you know, that a part of becoming a part of carbonation, you have to give up your finances, your bank cards, your PIN numbers, and all of this type of thing. And he takes control of the finances. So she asked for a portion of her monies back. And as some of us know, she has a very healthy lotman's or pension from the military, and he withheld her finances from her. They hid items from her. They took the Sims cards out of her phone. Um, and Nubian refused to sign a consent for her to be able to take her baby back to the States per Nature Boy. So, after which, she was locked inside of her room, and there's video footage of that. That she locked herself inside of the room, and you can see Tron trying to break the door open or trying to break into the room. And she closed down all but one entryway, and she allowed Nubian to come in and get the items that he said he wanted to retrieve. After which, Tron and True entered the room, also videoing her, and while Nature Boy was on the phone giving them play-by-play instructions on what to do. After Joy or Tori decided that she was going to continue and to leave, this was at about 1 o'clock in the morning on, I'm going to say, December the 3rd. On and about 1 o'clock in the morning is when she came live, and she was videoing all of the footage at that particular time. Prior to her going live, Eligio, Velvet, and baby Eliana evacuated the compound and went into hiding. They decided to go into hiding, he says, because he wanted to avoid an investigation, and he knew that she was about to start. But the truth of the matter is before Joy even went live, he had already flew the coop. So Joy, in turn, continued to video as everybody came in on her and started to attack her verbally, telling her she was wrong. She was breaking up the family, trying to manipulate her into leaving, but Joy was not having it. Or Tori was not having it. She stuck to her guns. She remained calm as she could possibly be, um, and keeping really cognizant of the fact that she not only had to protect herself but her baby. So she agreed that they will wait until morning for her to leave. But when morning came, there they went again with all of these different types of strategies to try to prevent her from leaving. They couldn't find the keys, or they couldn't find this, or they couldn't find that. And then Nature Boy kept calling these hour and a half long meetings on how she was out of her mind. She was having a mental breakdown, how she was going through all of these different mental breakdowns or what have you. She was out of her mind and this and that. So they decided that they would finally give her a portion of her money back, which was not what she asked for, but it was at least a portion of it. So she said she would just go with that. She packed her belongings, and they blocked the entryway where she couldn't get out, but they finally moved and parted and let her come through. But then again, once they got down to the getting ready to load the car, Nature Boy called another hour-long meeting, going on and giving them instructions. He then instructed them to pack up the compound because they were going to have to leave, and for them to evacuate and leave the compound, but still refusing to give Joy consent for her to be able to take her baby, till Eligio, with all of his nerve, told Nubian to fight for your daughter. Ain't that some stuff? Now, after he let his child go to the States and come back, he's telling him not to allow his child to go. Okay, so it came to finally, Nubian drove Joy to take a cab, in which she took a cab and went, and I believe she made a police report. We're not certain about that, but Joy and the baby are safe. They are in a safe place, and they're doing well. As for the remaining 17 people in carbonation and the two babies, which would be Ja and Eliana, they have been detained by police in Panama, and it's a great possibility that they will be deported. At this point, the article reads that 17, and it's in Spanish, so if you don't know Spanish, then you won't be able to read it, but it's there. It says that um, 17 foreigners alleged to be of a religious sect has been detained in Panama, and that is per the National Police director, the director of National Police, which is Jorge Naranda. So again, at this point, there's no we are really uncertain about where the investigation stands, but at this point, I am elated by the fact that as sooner or later, Nature Boy is going to meet his match, because on those recordings, on the recordings, the audio recordings, when he was trying to talk Joy out of leaving, it also there was a part in the recording where Joy said something to the effect that Nubian had a court date on today. And Nature Boy is telling her, well, you don't have to go. You don't have to. He said, you can stay your ass right here. Excuse my language, but that's what he said. And she said, why would I stay here? And he said, you can just sit right here. You don't have to go. So I'm not sure if the court date that Nubian had to go to was, in fact, regarding the accident that they had on a couple of weeks ago. I'm not certain what the court hearing was for, but Nature Boy was trying not to get Joy to go for whatever reason. Now, I know that he was trying to avoid her for whatever reason for having any contact with the police. When she was trying to leave and they wouldn't let her leave, she asked the people that were viewing the live to call the police. And it is to my understanding that the police did come to the compound. He claimed they came to the compound and looked around and left. But now we know that to be untrue, because at this point, while they were in the midst of leaving and running like he does, they found out that, in fact, the police had detained all of them. So we'll see how this works out. I'm really interested to see the outcome of this whole thing. But I know on yesterday, on one of my IG friends' lives, we actually had prayer for the fall of carbonation, the fall of Nature Boy, and on today, this all transpires. So I believe in the power of prayer. I don't know about anybody else, but I admonish you that if there's something that you look for and want out of God, then you pray for it. But I will keep you all posted as I learn more, as I hear back from the situation with Joy or Tori, and whether or not she makes it back to the States, or when she makes it back to the States with the baby. As I find out more information, I will pass that information along. And when I find out what the police of Panama does from this point with the members of Carbonation, I will also come back and pass that information along. I thank you guys for tuning in, and please don't forget to give me some likes on the video, to drop a comment or two, and tell me what you think about this. Do you think that they're going to deport Nature Boy? Do you think he's going to try to actually run off and get to Africa? Do you think that this is it? That are they going to revoke his passport? Are they going to revoke his traveling privileges, put him in a do not fly zone, or what do you think? Let me know what you guys think. And if there's something that you want me to look up or investigate for you, feel free to let me know in my comments. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a blessed night.